want to play. I want to play in your D&D game. I want to play. I want to play in your D&D game. I want to play. I want to play in your D&D.
Are live. Hello, everybody.
Hey!
Oh, hey.
Sorry
I
about
didn't see you there.
Sorry about the sound issues on the intro.
Oh,
So,
the episode title.
oh yeah, right. So Nate, you want to give me a previously on?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you do. Okay, hold on. All right, you got to need a little. All right. Last time on Dice Camera Action.
Nice.
Everyone died. The end. Thanks for watching.
The party left Barovia and found themselves in a winter wilderness and happened upon a dwarf with no feet named Zog Splintershard and helped him get away from a band of predatory orcs. Several were blown up by Strix's fireball, and several more were taken out. The shaman was captured and later tied to a tree. The party stole the orcs' furs to stay warm, to stave off the cold that had been numbing their hearts and their bodies. And the dwarf led them to a ranger lodge near a frozen lake in the Coldwood. And also told the party that he was headed to Citadel Adbar, a dwarven stronghold, to deliver a message to King Harnoth, and would like the party's help to do so. The party crossed the lake, caught a glimpse of an owlbear and a white dragon, and hastily sought sanctuary in the lodge from a coming blizzard. Zog made waffles for everybody. And Strix put one of the waffles out on a tree stump to hopefully entice and feed the owlbear.
The boys wouldn't let us keep it.
In the early hours of the night, Diath heard something skittering down the chimney. And it wasn't long before that thing slid down the rest of the way the chimney, fell into the fire, and tumbled out onto the floor of the lodge. And it turned out to be a smoldering, half-burning Murderbot. Poulton cast a suggestion spell on Murderbot and said, "Please be our friend." Roughly around the same time, Zog was saying, "What the fucker is that?" And so that's where we left off. Murderbot is in your midst, and he gives a silent wave to Poulton.
Oh, yeah. Paulton's in the hut, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still, the middle of the night.
I hate
You
him
can
so much.
hear the blizzard outside, and you can see snow coming in through the hole in the roof. And bits of the fire are now kind of burning out on the floor.
Good job, Poulton. Now it's that much easier for us to dismantle it.
No!
Now, hold up.
Please.
I'm sorry. Did you say no?
He has never done something that we didn't ask him to do. We just need to be very clear and upfront with him, and he could be a valuable ally.
He killed a kid.
You killed a kid.
He did what now?
I mean,
Like a thing came out of his mouth, and we watched him kill a kid. Just
Okay, now, just to play devil's advocate, what kid?
see, he was just protecting another kid. He didn't know any better.
protecting. Are you blind?
I'm pretty sure it's completely unprovoked, that dart through the kid's neck, if I recall correctly.
I mean, you're probably right, because my memory does tend to be a little bit rosy-colored sometimes. But I don't know. I think that he is good in his little robot heart.
I'm gonna turn to I'm gonna turn to Murderbot and be like, "Is this true? Did you kill a kid?"
Murderbot lies, Poulton! Murderbot lies!
He hasn't given me a reason to not believe him yet.
Liebot!
I'm gonna start calling him Liebot too.
It's alternative fact spot, guys, okay?
All right, thanks for watching, everyone.
Good
No
try,
one's going to
Squirrel.
top that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh.
I mean, I'm just saying, Murderbot, that is a lie, and one should not tell lies. But I'm just saying, maybe you didn't understand fully the consequences of what you were doing.
So now that Murderbot is temporarily more or less pacified of some sort, is there a way that I can just kind of do a quick search over his construct to look at it, kind of see how it actually functions, if it has like a power source of sorts, if it needs to be dismantled in some way, the quickest way to do that, just try to figure out what I can about this constructed machine.
Yeah. So he's wearing the singed remains of a jester's costume with holes in it. You can actually see the underneath his quote unquote leathery skin, which is sort of pulled taut over what you assume to be a wood and metal framework.
That's
And
gross.
he looks like a solid little creature. You don't see like a switch on the back of his neck that says good or evil or anything like that.
Off.
You think that he doesn't look like he'll just kind of fall apart. You'll kind of have to remove rivets and other pieces to kind of tear him apart. Other than that, he's got a few little amenities, like a little pouch. You think it might be more decorative than anything. It certainly wouldn't hold a whole lot. But he does have this little sort of candy cane striped club tied off to his singed belt. Most of his hat is burnt away at this point. It's just sort of blackened mess on the top of his head. And he doesn't carry any other equipment that you know of. His fingers and hands are made of articulated copper. And they look like when you make a perception check to see if you can very cursory examine any hint of like secret compartments or.
Sure. Oof. Welcome to the Waffle Crew. 2 + 8 is 10.
Okay. He's so covered with soot that you can't really get a good sense of whether or not he can take pieces of himself off or if there's doors in him or anything else like that.
All right.
It would need to be washed down.
Look, Dieth, if you are worried about the risk of letting Murderbot join our party, how about we run an experiment? How about you ask him to do 5 tasks, simple ones, and just see if he does them all as you ask?
I hate this.
That's not a bad idea.
Thank you. I believe in chances.
Murderbot, spin in a circle.
He does exactly that. He sort of kind of looks at you for a second before he does it. Just sort of a stare, and then he does it.
I hate this.
Okay.
Evelyn is trying not to look smug because smug is not very ladylike thing to look. But she's just sitting there like, oh.
Okay, and then I'm going to take out a copper piece or something and place it on the floor and take several steps away.
Mhm.
Murderbot, could you retrieve that coin for me and bring it here?
He reaches down to pick up the coin. You see that his copper fingers have a little bit of trouble picking it up. And so he kind of pushes around on the floor a bit. And then the coin sort of falls between a gap between 2 floorboards, and he just sort of stares at the floorboards.
Aw.
You still tried. Okay. Murderbot, could you go find the nearest cliff and just walk off it?
No!
Whoa, hold on.
Yes.
Veto that!
Yes, go.
Veto!
Look. You'll still have 2 unused tasks after that. Don't spoil it.
Dieth, you have just betrayed my trust in a serious way.
Just tell him to walk back to Barovia.
I am trying to keep us safe.
You don't free the genie on the first wish, you know?
I just thought that you really were going to give this a fighting chance, and since he was doing exactly as you said, I don't see why.
It's a robot. It doesn't even have a soul. Why are you trying to protect it so hard?
Because I think he's useful.
Yes.
I would say he's probably more like a golem, but I'm just speaking from experience.
Thank you, Strix.
See?
She agreed with me, in case you couldn't tell.
And Poulton wants to keep him, and I agree with Poulton.
And I agree with that. So that's like triple agreement right there. So it's
Murderbot.
three against two. So I mean,
I hate all of this.
Murderbot, don't walk off a cliff. And Murderbot, don't kill anyone unless we expressly tell you to do so. Do you understand?
He looks at you, just kind of stares at you for a second, and then goes,
See? All done.
And what happens when the suggestion runs off?
I do it again.
Well, the suggestion's just for Poulton. I'm not Poulton.
We
He's just
have-
agreeable.
We have like 8 hours on this, I believe. So I
Yeah,
mean,
as long as your concentration isn't broken by taking damage or passing out or anything like that, you can maintain the spell for up to 8 hours.
Murderbot, if given the opportunity, would you spit a dart from your mouth that would instantly kill any one of us?
He looks at you and goes,
See?
Oh, sure.
Uh-uh.
I don't believe that for a second.
I know. I go over to Strix. I'm like, Strix, I know you want that owlbear, don't you?
Stop trying to barter
do.
with me.
You want that owlbear. I know you do.
I don't like being bartered with.
And you think it's dangerous to go get that owlbear. And Murderbot's not afraid.
I am not, no.
What if we send Murderbot to get you
He's
that
gonna
owlbear?
bring back a carcass. I know this. I am not talking to that thing. It's from that bad place, remember? Where everything was bad?
But we all got so close and we found such true connections. Even in those dark times, we can all find light by the glory of Lathander, who
I wish I
watches
was
over
dead.
us all.
There's not a single piece of light inside of this robot.
No.
Or whatever.
I'm gonna agree with Dieth. I hate that thing. And if you're all barmy enough to let him just stay here and hang out with us, that's fine. But I'm not taking a dart to the neck. I'm gonna go sleep outside. She starts to march towards the door.
If you're not sleeping outside, you'll freeze to death.
I'll be fine. She's still marching towards the door.
all right, yes, you march towards the door.
Hold on,
Murderbot,
that's
please
enough.
peacefully block the door.
You see Murderbot just kind of look at you, Evelyn, look at Strix, and then kind of look at you, and kind of look down at his tiny little self. More confused than anything else.
See, he follows all of our orders equally. You
And
can't
then-
even be turned against each other.
Strix has her hand on the door, like
Yes, you have your hand on the door.
like a kid or a parent who's like about to leave. Like
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Murderbot,
Looking back.
Murderbot, by using crude gestures, if you don't know how to write or speak, what are you doing here? Why are you following us?
You see, he turns to you, looks at you, obviously doesn't speak, and just shrugs his shoulders a bit.
Is it because you love us, Murderbot? It's because he loves us, see? He's capable of feelings, deep feelings.
Murder.
I open the door.
All right,
Okay.
you're hit by a cold wind and a blast of snow, and an owl bear. It's right there, Strix.
It starts screaming. Despite wanting to be friends with it, I'm now afraid.
All right. So Strix, roll initiative for
Oh
me.
God, no! I'm trying to be friends. I gave him a waffle. I've got another one in my robe.
All right.
Oh, cool. I didn't do too bad. I got 17.
Okay. I gotta check it. It's
Wait, you left food out near your campsite for
Yes.
the half bear.
yeah.
Yes.
They're
Right.
really cute, though.
Right.
All right.
All I'm saying is that Murderbot didn't initiate initiative, so
Yep.
No.
Look, it's at least we're clear here. At least it's black and white, all right?
All right.
Okay.
And I should really have you also just make a perception check to see if you're surprised. I mean, you are surprised, but whether or not you can actually act before it can.
14.
Okay. So as soon as you open up the door, the owlbear just kind of lunges forth
Oh man.
and kind of tackles you and pulls you outside.
Oh, Jesus!
So the rest
Is
of you
it-
just see this big hulking,
Is it hugging me?
kinda,
With love.
yeah. It is kind of like a bear hug. It lunges forth, it takes Strix down to the floor, and then pulls her outside into the snow.
It's playing. How cute.
Well, it was good knowing her.
Can I cast a spell?
I hate all of you. I hate you all.
Yeah. So I'll have the rest of the Waffle Crew roll initiative as well, and I've got Strix's captured here.
It's the worst team. Bye. Door closes. Wonder where she went. You just find my robe. You just find my
Yeah.
robes later, just like tattered on the ground.
I got 13.
Okay. Evelyn got 13. DF got,
I also got 13.
okay, and probably goes first. And Paulton.
19.
All right. So Paulton, you are the quickest able to react to this. The door is hanging open, and you just see Strix kind of disappear into the snow and the night.
Okay. I turn to Murderbot.
Okay.
I say, Murderbot, do you have non-lethal darts?
Murderbot, kill.
You see him go,
Okay. Do it to the bear thing.
okay, I shall roll initiative for Murderbot.
Sweet.
And then would you like to do anything else? Because that really just didn't take you much time or anything.
If I were to use another spell, I would probably break my concentration on Murderbot, right?
Only if the spell that you cast also requires concentration.
This spell. I don't. Does sleep require concentration?
I don't believe so. But let me
Okay.
double check here. Sleep is no concentration.
Okay. Can I try to cast sleep on the bear?
So it will affect an area.
Okay.
Creatures within 20 feet of the point you choose are affected in ascending order of their hit points. So if Strix has more hit points than the owlbear,
I doubt.
the owlbear will be targeted by the spell first. If the owlbear has more hit points than Strix, Strix is likely to fall prey to the spell instead.
But they'll both be.
Yes, they'll both technically be in the area. They could theoretically both be affected if their hit points are low enough.
I mean, if the bear doesn't fall asleep, maybe it's better that Strix is asleep. For
I was
what comes
thinking
next
that.
anyway.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I hate you.
Okay, and the range is 20 feet, right?
So you
Or sorry, it's the range is 90 feet. It's 20
Yes.
feet from the point, right? Okay,
correct.
I'm gonna do that then. About
Okay.
guesstimating where I think they would be.
All right.
Based
So
on how
Strix,
long.
what are your hit points?
Let's see. Currently,
And Nathan, you can roll 5d6. Now, if you cast this using a higher level, each level higher you cast, you add another 2d8 to it.
I believe I lost. I wasn't healed, and I didn't spend any 6
No.
points. I lost a few from the cold last time.
Yeah. The cold just reduced your speed.
Oh, okay. So I didn't
Okay.
lose anything. Okay,
Right.
so it's 42.
All right. So
Okay.
you're casting at its lowest level. Nathan, are you going to amp it
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast it at one, and that's
All
how
right.
many d6?
5d8.
Oh, 5d8. Okay,
Yep.
so we have.
I'm sorry, Strix, you said what?
42.
Okay. If this affects anybody, it's going to affect Strix.
Oh.
And actually, it can't affect Strix because she has 42, and 5d8 only goes up to 40.
Well, I got 17.
So you still hear both the grunting and of the behemoth and the cries of Strix as she is dragged out into the night.
All right, guys. I did all I can do.
Good
Strix,
try.
You couldn't play a song.
Strix, you're up. You smell like waffles, and you're being dragged through the snow. What do you do?
Well, I have 5 in my robe. So I'm going to pull one out of my robe and be like, you want this? You want this, little Hootie McCoo face? Huh?
Waffle?
All right.
Fresh meat.
When you present, are you holding on to the waffle?
Yeah, like, whoo, I'm going to throw it.
It will try. Are you actually going to throw it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, whoo, like if you're like, huh.
You
like
do
it's
get its attention, and you throw the waffle off into the snow, and I will roll now to decide. Okay. You see that it stops tugging on you and goes lumbering after the waffle.
Oh, God.
I love waffles.
God.
So you are currently not being grappled or held or dragged by this thing.
Okay, I'm going to crawl back into the room. And
The
also
rest of you see her crawl
throw
back
another waffle and be like, oh, yeah, Hootie McCoo face. Oh, my God.
in. Okay.
I'm just like, I'm all like wet from the snow, just like crawling on the ground, just lying there.
You can hear the beast outside, but you can't see it in the snow and darkness. Dieth, your turn comes up.
Is there anything? Do we have a torch nearby, or anything I could quickly fashion into a torch?
There is like a sort of torch-sized half-flaming log that fell out of the fire that you could grab hold of.
Okay, I'm gonna just quick grab that so I have flame. And get over to the doorway where Strix is and kind of help get her up while using a stick with fire on it to stave off an owlbear.
Okay. You can just barely make out its hulking form in the snow as you approach the door and pull Strix inside. And it is clearly devouring something.
Brutally devouring a waffle.
And I see that all of Strix is there, that little piece of Strix.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of a new tear at the bottom of her robe, but other than that.
It looks the same to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
My turn?
Yes, it is.
Are there any waffles left, like, on the table or around?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Okay, so I just scoop up like an armful and I run to the door and I kind of like push past, like I get in front of Strix and Dieth, and then I cast Speak with Animals.
Oh, okay.
Does it work?
That's a good question. I was just going to check that.
Is it a beast?
It is not a beast,
Dang it!
so it does not work.
That's a good idea.
It is a monstrosity, but it was an excellent idea.
I really
Oh,
wish it
that's
was
so
a beast.
mean. He's
I
really
was gonna,
cute.
I was gonna speak to it so sweetly, like a little mama bear, little growl. Meow, 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 meow.
Oh my God.
3 squirrels just perk up.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Poke up out of the snow. Boink, boink, boink.
Do I have it? That's all my turn, right?
So you moved. You were going to, and I guess you tried to cast the spell, so yes, that would be your
Okay.
turn. Okay. And then it's Murderbot's turn. So Murderbot will come up to the doorway. And that will take up... Well, he moves 30 feet. He's a swift little guy. Okay. So he gets up to the doorway and then will start to... Oh, he's probably close enough to try to shoot the creature from here. He opens up his mouth and a dart flies out through the snow at the owlbear.
Cool.
Right. It clearly hits the owlbear.
Cool.
I wonder what that's like.
Yeah. And the owlbear just falls. It just sort of face plants and topples over into the snow.
No.
Job's done.
Murderbot again!
Job's done.
I run to it like a Disney princess, like, oh, and I like wrap my arms around its neck, and I'm like, don't worry.
All right. You're being
We'll
blasted
fix
by
you
this
up.
blizzard, but you throw yourself on this behemoth. As soon as you do, you can see or you can feel the warmth under its cold, shaggy pelt. It's also got like ice crystals and all kinds of stuff sort of lodged in its very coarse fur, but it is still breathing.
It's alive. He didn't murder it. See, Murderbot's not a murderer. Let's keep him warm and tie him up
Finish
and
it
train him
off.
to be Strix's mount, and he can be our pet forever.
He tried to eat me. Strix is
No, he
crying.
just tried to hug you and take some waffles.
She's crying.
Finish it off.
Are you crazy? Don't
Are
you want
you?
to give Strix? I thought you wanted an owlbear for a mount.
She's still crying. She's not listening.
He's obviously motivated well by food. I have an animal handling proficiency, and I know that with proper training and many waffles, we could train him up to be just the sweetest little owlbear.
She's crawled into the corner now, and she's holding the puppet and crying.
All
I
right.
thought this is what you wanted.
Can I go up to Murderbot and just like hold out a fist for a fist bump and see if he does it?
You do that, and he will bump your fist.
Sweet.
Oh, come on.
He's the best.
Like,
I hate all of
this
this.
is great.
Everything's working out fine.
This is great. Everything's
While this
coming
is going
up
on,
Murderbot.
Strix, you can see that Zog really doesn't seem to at all care what's going on with the owlbear. He's at the table, and you can see he's sort of sawed off part of the table bench and is using a piece to repair his broken stilt.
That's good. I'm glad he doesn't care.
Chris, in all reality, with my animal handling or arcane or historical abilities, do I have any idea whether it actually is possible to train an owlbear?
Ooh, well, a lot of monstrous creatures can be trained, like griffins, they're very ferocious predatory creatures, but they can be trained. Hippogriffs, the same thing. You don't recall hearing any lore about owlbears being trained, but, maybe they haven't been shown proper love.
Right. Yeah. In the light of Lathander.
Yeah.
Is there like a stable or any other outbuilding that's not the house here?
No, there isn't, but there are stables in the lodge. Parts along the
Right.
walls of the lodge are these stalls with hay in them.
Uh-huh.
So the horses were basically slept with the people in here.
Gotcha. I know this sounds crazy,
Evelyn.
but I feel
Evelyn.
I feel a connection to this owlbear that I know comes from our Lord of the Morning, Lathander. And
Evelyn.
I think if we were just to tie him up real tight and give him some waffles, I think he could sleep in one of those stalls. Don't you think that'd be nice? Strix, I thought you wanted an owlbear. All of this is for you.
Oh, she's not listening. She's still crying.
This is not a good idea.
This is not a good idea because all it's going to do is later's going to wake up, and then we have an angry owlbear sleeping next to us.
Like, what do you think, Murderbot?
It just shrugs its shoulders.
Didn't you see
Fair
how he went
assessment.
after that waffle? He's not aggressive. He's a brunchavore.
All right, Evelyn. You tie it up, you drag it inside, and then you keep up watch all night to make sure it doesn't do anything and attack us in the middle of the night.
All right. I have some hempen rope that I can use. Do you guys have any extra rope so I can make it good and tight?
Oh, fresh out.
Strix will kick the rope from underneath her. And she's a pile of rags, and a rope just like appears underneath.
Okay. So you're going to try to tie up this bear.
Yeah, I'm going to drag it inside, put it in
Well,
a stall.
So this
And
is
tie
When
it
the
up.
DM laughs.
an owlbear is bigger than a grizzly, so it probably weighs in the order of like 2,000 pounds.
I have supernatural strength.
Yeah, so Evelyn, if you can drag it in on your own, no one help her. If you can drag it on your own, then have at it.
I tried tugging on it. Does it
Yeah.
move at all?
What is your strength, Evelyn? What's your-
19.
I
19?
hate this.
Yeah, I'm really freaking
All right.
strong. I'm I'm this tiny little cherub, but then all of a sudden I can like lift a car.
Yep. All right. Hang on.
I hate this.
How has the party survived you? Honestly.
That's a
what
good question.
I like
Some of us
little
haven't.
creatures.
Yeah, some of us haven't multiple times. Oh wait, who's the one who hasn't died yet?
I'm very strong. I live in the light of the morning Lord.
All right. Oh God, math.
Right.
Bear with me for a moment. Okay. So you can basically push, drag, or lift. This is going to be a scary amount of weight, actually. 570 pounds.
That's so close.
Almost
So far.
right there.
But
Murderbot's just
guess-
pressed
guess
against the
what I
back,
have?
trying to help.
guess what I have? I have a supernatural horse who can also help me with
My
dragging
God.
things.
Yes, that you do.
So I say, Morning Glory, come on over here, sweetie.
All right. So the rest of you are watching, kind of maybe slack-jawed, except for Strix, who's still at the back of the lodge, catching Mr. Shambleface, as Evelyn has tied ropes around this creature and is now lashing them to Morning Glory and having the horse drag this sleeping owlbear across the snow toward the doorway as she sort of pushes it from the rump from behind.
Does he have a little tail, like a little cute little like?
Yeah, he would have a little stumpy tail.
No, it's got little feathers on
Yeah.
it.
And she gets it to the door, and then it kind of gets stuck in the doorway.
Oh, shoot. I guess we'll have to chop it in half if you want to fit it through.
Damn.
You leave me alone, Mr.
But you know,
Poo-poo, dark rain
you can
cloud.
get it through. It's just going to take a bit of arithmetic and like trigonometry and stuff.
Yeah.
So you
It's like a
try to figure-
couch.
Yeah, it's like a couch. It's like a really, really big couch. And then
My muscles are like bulging.
yeah. And the rest of you are just sort of astonished that she's actually gotten it this far.
Strix is going to hear that commotion and look up and try to reduce the size of the owl bear with the
You're helping?
Yay! It's a mini owlbear.
So he's
All
going
right.
to be fast.
It's a teacup owlbear. You put it in your purse.
Yeah. All right. So you cast the spell, and it's gonna make a Constitution saving throw, but it's asleep, so I'm gonna say it as disadvantage. All right. You shrink the owlbear. Target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal.
So I can
Yay.
just pick it up. I can
Yeah.
snuggle
Yeah,
it
you-
now.
Yeah.
You sort of wow. You're pretty small, so you can
I
kind
like
of pick it up.
over my shoulder.
Its hindquarters are still dragging behind you as you usher this shrunken owlbear into one of the stalls.
I pet it reassuringly. And then because the ropes now have become loose, so I retie it,
Yep.
but I don't tie it like hog tie it or anything. I just make it so it can't move, but I make sure that its head can reach waffles as soon as it wakes up. So I leave
Okay.
like a pile of waffles right
Okay.
by its head, but I secure it to the stall to make sure it can't leave the stall and that it can't like run or
Okay.
snap at anybody.
Yeah. I think around the time you finish tying it off is when the spell expires.
Ah, I forgot about that. I
So-
frantically am trying to untie it while it's expanding.
Okay. Zog just sort of watches in silence, fitting the new piece into his stilt, kind of casting a wary glance over toward the stall, but says absolutely nothing. While Evelyn starts to frantically untie the knots and things that she has put around this creature. And it suddenly balloons to its full size and just kind of fills up the stall.
That's great.
And looks
And then
like
I retie it again.
but it's at this point in time, Evelyn, it's very much it's just sort of you climb up into the stall over it and you kind of tie it off again. All right.
If I have to, I like wrap it around the whole bear.
Yep.
And
it
then I
has-
have Morning Glory stand at the front of the stall and I say, you make sure that, what was his name, Strix? Hootie McCoot Face? What?
She's still crying, but she just kind of goes, "Oh yeah, sure."
All right, Hootie McCoot Face, you make sure he stays in that stall and you don't let him hurt anybody. You understand?
No,
You
Mom,
too, Murderbot.
It's not my job.
No, not you. I'm talking to Morning Glory.
She's still
All right.
crying. It doesn't matter.
And Murderbot. Murderbot, you too. You understand? You don't let this guy hurt anybody. But don't hurt him either. If you have to, you put him back to sleep, just like you did. That was a great job, by the way. Fist bump. Yeah.
All right. The owlbear is still asleep when morning comes. And by that time, Zog has repaired his broken stilt and is kind of moving around the lodge on the stilt to test it out. And when he's got the stilts on, he's about 7 feet tall. And his movement, he doesn't seem to suffer any lack of movement because he has no feet.
Cool.
So he can keep up with you guys in the snow.
Good. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Us.
What? Why?
What?
Why are we leaving now? I thought we were trying to get here so we could rest and recuperate.
Now I believe, now that morning has come,
And the blizzard is past.
we need to help our friend Zog go to get to the Citadel and help him deliver this message.
That's right.
And the closer we can get to civilization, figure out where we are so we can get closer back to, say, Waterdeep or something similar would also be really helpful. And the further away we get from now 2 death machines, the better.
Hey, at least one of them is coming with us.
Right.
Right, Murderbot? See, he said he agreed. So, I mean,
You can't take Murderbot away from his new father.
it's true. It's very true.
He's very good with children and Murderbots.
It's around
And
this time you
also, I'm not leaving my new owlbear that I got for Strix.
you also realize you probably all have to go to the bathroom in one way, shape, or form.
I think we need some time to rest, and we need to see what happens when this owlbear wakes up.
That's true. You didn't get much rest.
No, Dia definitely did not.
So, and Anna, you have some wounds that are still lingering that you haven't healed up yet.
Sure do. So I'm going to go to sleep.
Mhm.
Morning Glory will wake me up if the owlbear so much as moves. Right, Morning Glory? Yes, she says. That's right.
I don't think she said anything, Evelyn.
You can, when you've been around her as long as I have, you can read her body language. So she curls up
Okay.
on the hay and
On some
tries
hay,
to
yeah.
snooze.
Okay.
Does Leoman's tiny hut
Mhm.
include plumbing?
Ah,
That is a very good question, because you being not able to leave it while you're inside it would suggest that, this would be accounted for. But Leoman didn't actually account for that, no.
Unfortunate.
Yes.
What a
Okay.
douche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You just kind of have to hold it.
Okay.
Or, just go in the hut and then make a new one.
That's true.
Yes. Yes, you could do that.
Okay.
So come the morning, while Evelyn is now deciding to take her nap, what would the 3 of you like to do?
I guess take a nap. I don't.
Zog says he's going to go out and relieve himself, but he won't be gone long.
I guess. Someone should follow him so he doesn't die.
I'll go with them. We'll go in pairs.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
I'll wait for you to come back.
Yep.
By the
Okay.
door.
So Diaz and Zog, you go off not too far, 30, 40 feet away from the lodge and relieve yourselves and make your way back. And then I guess Strix and Poulton. Next.
Sure.
So
Strix-
I'm. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Poulton.
I'm going to assume that sleeping would break my concentration.
Yeah, because when you're asleep, you're technically unconscious.
Interesting.
Are you still in that hut?
Well, no, it's
You would
Oh,
get out
the
of it by now.
Murderbot charm.
yeah, that's a little. It's a little important.
Does the charm just charm it for you, or does it charm it for the whole party? Because he's been taking all of our orders. Is
Well,
that
his
because-
orders were specifically his suggestion was please be our friend. So he was the suggestion was for him to be friends with all of you.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Poulton, you would lose concentration on the spell. Have you suffered any damage?
I
don't believe so.
Since making the spell?
Since
Since
recently, have you got any recorded damage?
No.
I don't think you do. So okay. So other than getting your spells back, that's the only
Yeah.
thing you're missing.
Okay, then I'm fine.
Strix and Poulton, please make perception checks.
Oh, why?
When you go outside, there is a drag mark from where Evelyn brought in the owlbear, and everything else is covered with snow. You can see the footsteps that Diath left behind and the little holes that Tog left behind, spaced about 8 feet apart. And then everything else is just covered with thick snow, including the big boulders that were scattered around this place earlier. Everything's just blanketed. And what did you guys roll on your perception checks?
I got a 7.
10.
All right. Whilst you are relieving yourselves, you are surprised
Great.
by
Three
two
more owlbears.
by two monstrous creatures. They look like hulking humanoid wolf hybrids.
Cool.
Oh, I
You
know
would
exactly
call
what those are.
You would call them werewolves.
Oh, come on.
My brethren.
Murderbot came with, right?
Oh, did you have Murderbot with you?
I mean, I kind of assumed he'd be following me.
He
unless-
would. I guess he would. Yes. He
Okay.
is curious to know what you are doing, so he's just sort of standing there watching you.
Way out.
Before that, I was like, Murderbot, can you just turn around for a few minutes?
He doesn't turn around, but he just turns his whole head around.
Okay.
So I should really roll for Murderbot as well. Murderbot is not surprised by the werewolves.
Sweet.
So Emil, as you come upon these two characters, one of whom you know as
Right.
Poulton, the other one is not familiar to you. You do see kind of up to its shoulders in the snow, a little head poking out of some sort of puppet-like creature.
Okay. Well, once I saw Poulton, I would revert back to the form
Okay.
he knows.
Paulton, a naked man,
As usual.
appears in the snow before you. A beautiful, tall, muscular, dark-skinned man that you suddenly recognize as the fellow you met in the dungeons under Castle Ravenloft.
Just like, do I give off a vibe? I feel like there's a pattern.
And you can see that he has basically sort of hanging in one of his clenched fists
A sock.
a satchel,
Close.
which you assume contains his clothes. At least you hope so.
Okay.
If it does, by the way, I'd be putting those on now.
Yes. You also note that there is a sword in a sheath basically tied to the satchel. At the same time he turns, the other werewolf also assumes humanoid form, that of a tall, dark-skinned woman. And now she is standing naked in front of you, and she too has a satchel and is donning clothes in the snow.
We're nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
We're kind of cool with nakedness.
Strix, you see these creatures do this as well, and the moment of surprise has passed. What, if anything, would you guys like to do at this point?
Strix is just gonna scream and turn into a cloud.
You guys inside the lodge. Well, Evelyn, I'll have you make a perception check with disadvantage, Evelyn, to see if that shriek is enough to wake you up.
Oh, I'm trying to rest. Perception. So that's 16 or nat 20, so 21.
You actually are woken up by Strix's caterwauling outside.
So I wasn't asleep nearly long enough to do any good as far as
Probably not. No,
Okay.
certainly doesn't feel like it when you wake up.
Ah!
And Diath, you automatically hear it.
Great.
You're actually kind of half expecting it, so you probably are.
I actually I started to get up to go protect her, and then I remember how many times she has made that shriek,
Mhm.
and I'm like, that didn't sound like a big deal shriek. And I just kind of do that thing where you're like half awake and you're like listening for further.
Mhm.
You suck.
All right.
Do you guys know the difference between an anxious Strix streak and a terrified Strix streak? So I'll immediately respond and run out to her position.
Okay. When you do, you see a cloudy Strix blustering her way back toward the door, assumably. You also
Yes.
see Poulton standing in front of two half-dressed, dark-skinned humans who are quickly putting on basically their clothes, which are a mixture of stitched leather, skins, and pelts.
Right. So I run out with like throwing knives in the hand, and as soon as I run out like ready to throw, I just see like these two half naked people just.
I say to him, I'm just like,
Murderbot, you can when you look at Murderbot Poulton, you see its mouth is open, and he's just sort of looking up at you.
I look at him, just like, stand down. You're good. It's like, didn't I know you in prison?
Yeah. Yes, and I come with a warning as thanks for releasing me.
Oh,
Also, what the hell is that?
oh yeah. Don't piss him off.
Noted. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to check the notes real quick. All right. My pack has been overtaken. I am no longer in command of it, and they have been sent to take you back.
Why?
I don't actually know if I know that. Do I know why? Sorry.
So you know that the pack is coming for the puppet.
Right. Gotcha.
God.
To take it back to Barovia.
Gotcha.
Some sort of all you know is it's some sort of Vistani doll.
What a great day!
Huh.
You also know that they're not far behind you. You were sent as you went off as advanced scouts.
We got here as quickly as possible, and I found you quite easily. They will find you the same.
So is this like a fight 'em off situation or like a get out of here situation?
The woman says, "This is a fight to the death situation."
That seems more like a get out of here situation.
You will never outrun them.
But can we outkill them?
That is your only hope.
Shit.
I am here to lend my sword. I will stand with you in repayment for freeing me.
See why it's good that we kept the owlbear and the Murderbot?
I'm sorry, you kept what?
The woman says, "And I stand with my husband."
Okay. So how far behind are they?
They will be here any minute now.
Okay, that is much less time than I had hoped. All right, I guess we should regroup and figure this out then.
Your friends are here?
Oh yeah, they're here. There's also there's some kind of big like man bear pig in the lodge or something like that. I don't know. They want to use it. It might not work. I don't know. They're working out the details.
He kind of looks over, sees the owl bear, and nods like, that could cause a distraction.
Owlbear is just sort of snoring.
Or not.
It's the only one of you getting a decent night's sleep at the moment.
Right.
But
Okay,
we should move quickly.
let's do that then.
Woman says, "The leader of our pack, Franz Groza, he has been blessed by Mother Night. He is gifted with the powers of the Wolf King. He will not be easy to defeat. It is possible one or more of you will not survive."
I look at Murderbot. I'm like, don't worry, you'll be fine.
I thought we were done with these people.
She says, "Even if you give them the doll, they will try to kill you all."
They will not stop for anything. They will not barter.
All right. It's a great thing to wake up to.
Yeah.
All right. Did everyone already hear this, or does this need to be?
At this point, I think it's been communicated to everyone.
Okay, cool.
Great. Everyone in the lodge.
Yep.
Strix is still a cloud.
Strix,
Everyone kinda
on cloud,
like-
we're gonna need you.
Heard
The cloud
them
just sits
chatting and was
there.
like, it's probably fine, and kind of laid back down. Because
Okay.
I've just been laying in there.
The cloud is just like shaking.
Yep. All right, Evelyn, you are a little bit distracted again from your slumber as you hear everybody sort of piling into the lodge and talking about stuff. And
Evelyn, arise. We need your light, for darkness has followed.
Someone's gonna die.
you do see two strange humans dressed in skins, man and a woman.
Do I have any vestigial sense of them being werewolves?
That is a very good question. You do get the sense, you do sense that there is something oddly lycanthropic about them.
I'm kind of like,
yeah.
I haven't smelled that in my werewolf brethren.
And would I sense the same from her?
No.
Okay.
You're really confused why I think
She's
that.
just a
Yeah.
weirdo.
I
Fair
just
enough.
identify as a werewolf.
Right.
Very pleased to meet you. I am Evelyn Avalona Helvig Marthane, and I serve the Morning Lord Lathander. Welcome to our lodge. Please be careful of the sleeping owlbear. We're not exactly positive how he's going to react when he wakes up, but I assure you that he is well restrained.
Yeah, we're going to have to deal with formalities later. We got to figure this out. Right now,
The woman says, "You have been a werewolf."
Yes, I was actually technically a were-Pomeranian, but I have experienced the lycanthropic life, yes.
Zulika turns to you, Aram, and sort of takes you aside, and the rest of you see this new couple kind of go off and start whispering to you and kind of casting strange, sinister glances in your direction.
I just kind of smile at them while they're talking about me.
And Zulika says to Aram, "We can't do anything to protect them from Franz, but the other werewolves won't be able to hurt them if we turn them into our kind."
That is an option. We should ask them and explain carefully what they're signing up for.
And he says, "You know them better than me. You talk."
I shall ask. There is an option.
Nope.
If you were to join us, be like us, you would gain our strength and our defenses. You would be cursed for all time, but you would survive tonight.
I've always been very curious about this because the whole curse thing,
Evelyn,
I mean, what does that actually mean, curse for all eternity? Can I still serve the Morning Lord in all his light and glory while being cursed? I'm just curious what you think.
Can you serve the god of the sun while your soul is tied to the moon?
Oh, that's a good question. That's kind of what I'm asking.
I do not know.
Maybe with the right attitude.
Maybe.
If you wish
We
this,
don't have time. Decide.
you must choose now.
Here, we'll all be clouds. We'll all be clouds, and then we'll all they can't get us at all. They can't even touch us if we're clouds.
But then they'll keep following us. That's what they're saying. We have to stand now or run forever.
I'm not really into the whole standing now thing. Never really been
You are more into the running forever thing, aren't you?
Yes.
Also, would the puppet even be a cloud, or?
Yeah,
If
you
it's
can.
if it's a possession if it's in her possession, it would turn with her.
Okay, more important, could Murderbot be a cloud?
What? Strix is going to turn back into a person and say, "Why don't we just use Murderbot as bait? If they think that's the puppet, they don't know what the puppet looks like. They might think that he's the puppet."
That is Poulton's son.
Oh my god.
If you wish to have our defenses, if you wish to join us, you must choose now. They will be upon us and he's like literally looking out the window. They will be upon us any moment.
I would have to pray and meditate.
I know,
It would take
remove
some
curse.
time, so I'll say no thanks for now, but maybe take you up on it another time.
Or just do it and I'll remove your curse again.
Oh wait, can you do that?
Yes.
Just snap your fingers, poof. I'm no longer.
I did that last time, remember?
I mean, yeah, I just thought it was maybe more of a one-time thing, but you can
I
do
don't
that.
think, I still know the spell. I don't think it's a one-time.
Okay, my last question for this is, let's say hypothetically we could all, for 8 hours, hide in a hut.
the hut's not hidden.
Yeah,
They will wait outside its doors. They will bellow upon its doors.
We can't
and the
live in a hut.
second the spell ends, they will feast upon you.
shit.
It's okay. Everyone can turn into a werewolf but me, and then I can unwerewolf you afterwards.
We have but minutes.
It'll be fine.
How many times can you do that, Strix, before you need to rest?
I don't know. I'll ask the gods.
Wow.
3.
It is a 3rd level spell for you, Strix. How many 3rd level spell slots do you have?
I
Left.
have.
Because you haven't you've used some
I've
spells
used
today.
one
Fireball.
fireball and one gaseous form.
Okay.
So, but I still have all my sorcery points.
Yep.
So I can, I believe, by expending all my sorcery points, use it twice today.
Yep.
And then I'll have one. I'll rest. I'll have to use it again.
Right.
So expend all my sorcery points. I can do it twice.
It's the resting that bothers me. If we have to wait too long and night would fall.
That's old hat
What-
for us, though. We've done that
What about if we use it twice? One of them will be on me, and then everyone but the third. Wait, I mathed.
Oh
So
God,
there
we're
would
gonna
be
die.
if there's 3 of us and we can use 2, and then we could all hide in the hut while the third person. The hut's the answer, okay? The third person could hang outside of the hut, and then we cross our fingers they don't run off in the night, and then when it's back, you use that one. I'm just thinking
Yeah,
out loud.
that makes sense. Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
Cool,
Do it,
great.
All right.
but don't touch me.
Okay.
Don't
But
So-
the rest, however, the rest of you have agreed.
I mean, are we all agreeing to be werewolves? Because I'm totes down if everyone else is, as long as I can just switch out later in case the Lander's mad.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's do it.
Sweet.
All right.
I can't.
Why not?
Not with that attitude.
Because I've already lost my humanity once, and I treasure it now more than ever.
What is humanity? Humanity is not a body. Humanity
Stop
is the
being
life
such an
within you.
edgelord and just do it.
I see
Zulika
the
walks
light
up to you, Diath, and she's a few inches taller than you, and she says, kind of looks down at you, and she says, "Are you saying I'm not human?"
Whoa.
Whoa,
Not what I was implying.
whoa.
Not what I was implying. It's just
What are you gonna say? Tread carefully.
Any more Barovia in me in any form. I'm trying to leave that all behind and move on with my life.
What's the problem with that? Got a problem with Barovia?
Our souls are still ours. Our humanity is still ours. Our love is bonded as strong as any.
Wait, Paul, you doing it?
Yeah, sure.
How exactly does one become a werewolf? Is this just like a bite, by the way?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you need to see the fangs. I mean, he starts to transform. His neck kind of pops and cracks. You hear muscles tear. His whole back arcs up, and he gains about a foot and a half
Evelyn's
of
like,
height.
"Yay!"
Claws.
Can he still talk? Can you still talk in that form, or
Shakes his head.
Not
no.
really. No.
but
There's
does
kind of a low guttural growl. and a
but
snarl.
do you kind of understand stuff though?
Shakes his head. Yes.
Okay, so after he does like that whole crackling thing, I'm like, okay, does that hurt?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
He just kind of
Strix.
leans down, his whole body kind of hulks over you. You just feel the heat radiating off him as his fangs gently sink into your neck and he pulls back.
All right, Poulton, you take 6 points of damage.
Oh.
And that was gentle.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And you normally get a Constitution saving throw to resist the curse. You do have the option to forego that saving throw.
So how funny would it be? I will forego it.
All right. At that point in time, you can see Poulton is just suffering from the wound, and there's a moment of euphoria, Poulton, that sort of overcomes you. The pain starts to disappear, and you just feel this sort of fire in your blood.
My life's calling.
And everything around you starts to take on your sensations become overwhelmed. Every sound, every scent, smell everything much more intensely. You hear everything much more intensely.
You now hear and see as the animals do. Do not fear it. It is your guide.
Lika says, "Who's next?"
Evelyn's next.
I like start singing a hymn of praise to Lathander, and I'm like,
All
Oh,
right.
so I can't talk at this point, can I?
You're still human.
Okay, I want a quick message to Murderbot. I'm like, us good, others bad, kill others. Got it? Good.
I clarify
good.
us, all us. I point to
All right.
everyone, including the owlbear and Morning Glory.
All right. Evelyn, you take 6 points of damage as Emil sinks his fangs into you.
I curtsy, thank you. Wipe the blood off a little bit.
All right. Zulika sort of nudges Diath with her shoulder over toward her husband.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought she was good. All right, I'll just knock them all out. And I would very carefully and gently bite her, her as well.
Oh, yeah.
Him, sorry. Him as well.
All right. Diath, you take 6 points of damage as Emil delicately bites through your flesh, and you feel what for you is horrendous pain. Yeah. But it passes again, and you suffer the same sensations as Poulton.
The entire bite, I'm just staring at Strix with a face that just says, don't let me stay like this.
Yeah, she's just gonna look back, just be like, "Yep, not going to. Nope." But she's also gonna say, just so you guys know, if this starts to go south, I'm gonna have to turn to a cloud so that they don't take holds of the puppet.
That's fair.
Back to the worst place, literally in the entire multiverse.
Okay. So, do we have the resistances always or only in wolf form?
You have it at all times.
You have your damage immunities or damage resistances at all times. Yes.
Great. Okay, so I don't have to transform.
You do not have to.
Is that, I'm new to the whole werewolf thing. Is like a conscious decision that you can just will?
He kind of transforms himself back into a human so he can talk, and you hear the bones re-knitting and re-popping into place.
Zulika says it does take will to transform.
Okay.
So unwillingly on nights of the full moon.
Understood.
I'm gonna
Also,
turn to
that's how that works. Huh.
I'm gonna turn to Murderbot one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, "Are you still with me?" Okay. I'm gonna believe him.
Does he understand that you will transform as well?
I look at him like, "Do you know I might transform?" Okay. I'm terrified of everything right now.
So with all that said and done, I'll look over at Zog and just say, Zog, this is our fight that we need to handle. We're not asking for your help.
What?
No. we would greatly appreciate it. Continue to help us. We'll continue to help you. But just know the dangers that are coming.
I have a nothing that cannot defeat a werewolves.
Great.
Just out of curiosity, if he was bit, would his legs grow back?
Huh.
You're not sure. In all
No, no.
likelihood,
Offer
you
that
would have two
possibility.
missing hind legs.
Right.
I feel like those are important.
Just big forearms.
But he does shake a finger, a fat finger at you, Emil, and say, "You are not to turn into me."
That is your wish.
What, none of you guys want to peer pressure him at all? Oh, okay.
And then Emil goes back to the window and is just staring at it.
Yeah.
Out at the whole.
All right. You can sense that your brethren are almost upon you. You can actually hear, with your supernaturally great hearing, them plowing through snow toward the lodge.
We
I
have
asked-
minutes. Take up arms.
All right. If we fight in here. The snow outside is going to be too thick and too deep, and it'll just slow us down and cause problems.
I'm just curious what would happen if you turned an owlbear into a werewolf? Would it be a werewolf bear?
No, we're not doing that.
I too am curious.
Zulika will tell you the curse has no effect on non-humanoid creatures.
That's
Good.
bad.
We're not here to play God.
I was just curious.
I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
Okay, that's one bit of prep. Anybody else doing any last-minute prep?
I'm going to take
Yes.
out the silvered short sword that I received from Esmeralda.
I will draw my sword as well.
Okay.
Evelyn, out of excitement, just goes and turns into her werepalm self.
Okay.
And she does a cute little werepalm growl like that.
Oh my god.
Evelyn's got this coat of white fur with a little sort of golden fur up around her head.
Can I
And I yip happily. Yep.
can I maybe do some kind of perception just to really see if Murderbot, because technically I took damage, so my
Oh,
concentration
fair enough.
born. So
You can actually make a concentration check. It's a DC of, I want to say 16, 10 plus damage taken. Let me just double check that. It's been a while since this happened.
This would go
So,
bad quick.
yeah, it could. 10 plus half the damage you take. So DC 13 you have to beat.
okay,
Equal or beat.
all right,
It's a constitution.
Constitution. All right, so
Do any of you know if
50.
dragons are attracted to anything?
Gold. Sorry, Poulton?
15.
Okay, so your spell is still in effect.
Woo!
Yay, he's not going to kill us. Maybe.
All right.
Yet.
There is a massive slam of something heavy up against the door. Like it just threw itself bodily, didn't even try to open it conventionally. And whatever it is caused the door to shake and reverberate. And then rapidly, right after that, a second slam, a second creature throwing its bulk in. Around the same time, the werewolf comes in through the hole in the ceiling
Oh shoot!
and lands
Forgot about
among you. It lands right next to Diath and Zulika. Let's everybody roll initiative.
Does it do a
Yay!
superhero landing?
Yep. And it's in its
Nice.
hybrid form.
Gross.
So let's see. I'll roll for Murderbot and Zulika. How did you do, Strix?
20.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did good this time.
Diath.
14.
13. Evelyn.
7.
Poulton.
12.
Okay.
I'm feeling myself in my werepalm form too much to pay good
Yeah.
attention.
Right. By the way, you guys in your werewolf form, unless you already have a strength that's higher, now have a strength of 15.
Cool.
Paltry.
So,
Wow, 15.
and
That's amazing.
yep, and that lasts as long as you are cursed. You also have a, while you are in your wolf or hybrid form, you'll have a natural armor class bonus of +1 to your AC.
Nice.
But currently, Jared, Diath is still in human form, correct?
Yes, correct.
Right. Poulton is still in human form, or did he
Yes.
turn? Okay. And Strix wants none of that. Okay.
No.
In that case, Strix, you are the first to act when this hybrid werewolf comes down through the roof.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is look at Poulton and say, Poulton, give me your glowy sword.
Okay.
All right. So Poulton hasn't gone yet. If you prefer, Strix, you could walk over to Poulton and pull the sword out of his sheath.
All right, perfect. I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're able to do that, and you have any bonus actions or anything you want to do?
Just if I'm behind him, just get behind everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Next up is the werewolf. I'm sorry, Emil, I didn't get your...
Sorry, it was 17.
I'm sorry, you're next, Emil.
All right, then I will rush at this creature and stab it.
Okay.
18 plus
You hit.
4. Yeah, 22. That should probably do it.
Yep.
And it's silvered. I'm sorry, how does that?
So
work?
the silver just means it's going to ignore its damage.
Gotcha. Understood.
Resistances.
Then I do 6 points of damage.
Okay. Now you can make a second attack with your sword.
I'll swing at it again. That's going to be a 14.
That hits.
All right, and then I do another 6 points of damage.
Okay. So with his silvered blade, Emil hacks into that creature and deals it wounds that do not heal. And then it is the creature's turn. It will turn on you, Emil, growl at you something, which you take to mean traitor. And then
I bet he's heard that a lot lately.
yes. And actually, it makes absolutely no sense for him to attack you. He is going to provoke from you in order to get around you to attack someone he thinks he can hurt.
All right. That's going to be a 14.
Okay, you hit him.
And that's going to be 7.
Okay. He has been dealt 3 nasty wounds, and he is going to attack Diath. Okay.
Yay.
So he attempts to bite you, Diath, and he rolled a natural 20. But his jaws do not pierce your flesh.
Okay.
And he's this monstrous hybrid werewolf kind of throws its head back in astonishment, and then turns to you, Emil, and says, it just growls something absolutely atrocious.
Also, let it be known, uncanny dodge.
And then the next thing he does is he takes a swipe at you, DF, with his claws, more out of fury and reflex than anything. Would hit you, but again, no effect. There's more thumping at the door, and then you hear something tearing into the door with claws and tearing it to splinters. And then it is Diath's turn.
All right. So there's one between myself and Emil.
Yes.
Great. So after his failed bite and slash and whatever, like sword in hand, I'll actually kind of sidestep around him with the left foot.
Yep.
Do a full spin, and as I'm spinning, I'm actually going down to one knee to stab into his abdomen for a sneak attack with an ally nearby.
Okay. Make your check.
Ha! 25.
That hits.
Yay!
Roll your damage.
Many stabs. All right. Okay. Yep. Oof. Okay. That's a lot of ones. 1, 2, 4, 5, 13.
13. Okay. He is now looking very bloodied and very hurt.
Good.
Do you have anything else you can do?
Now that's it for me.
Poulton. There is one badly bloodied werewolf.
Okay. And there's more banging at the door, right?
Yes.
If I were to go to the door, how far away from everyone inside would I be?
About 20 feet.
About 20 feet? All right. I'm going to try some reckless, and I'm going to go up to the door,
Mhm.
and I'm going to... Yeah. Come on in! No. I'm going to thunder wave right at the door.
Okay, so you're going to open the door and then blow, or you're going to do thunder wave with the door closed or open?
I was thinking try close and just to catch him by surprise.
Sure.
Blast the door.
All right, yeah. Okay, so when the thunder wave goes off, the door gets blown off its hinges outward, and you are casting that at what level?
Level 3.
Okay, so you're going to end up doing a generous amount of damage.
That would be 48.
Thunder wave. Yeah, so normally it's 2d8, and you're casting it with a spell slot 2 higher, and you get to add an extra d8 for each one. So yes, 4d8.
Cool.
And you have to make saving throws. When the door flies off, you can see 4 werewolves beyond.
Cool.
How much damage does a flying door do?
It won't do any damage to the werewolves.
Right.
It's not a silver door.
It's not a silver door. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. You did catch many of the werewolves by surprise with this, because 3 of them failed their saving throws.
Nice.
Well, then they're going to be taking 22.
Okay, so 3 of them get walloped by this wave of sound, and go flying back away from you 10 feet, landing in the snow. The one remaining one took half damage and manages to keep its ground. And that happens to be, and he's about 10 feet away from you.
Cool.
All right.
I'm just like, woo!
Boom. And obviously the thunder wave just echoes throughout this whole area. Everybody hears it.
Evelyn
Well-
is very impressed.
If they
All the
didn't know where
snow
we
in
were.
10 feet just gets knocked back in a huge wave.
Okay. Next up is Evelyn.
Can I wield Lightfall while in werewolf form?
That is a good question. So, in humanoid or hybrid form, you can wield a weapon. Yes,
And I am in hybrid form, right?
you are correct.
Sweet. I am a white and gold Pomeranian wielding a glowing magical celestial battle axe, and I take it to the nearest werewolf.
Okay,
That
that
is
would be the
not
one
my
that
friend.
would be the one that Emil
Bye.
and
Yeah.
Diaz have roughed up.
With my flying boots. All right,
Excellent.
so I take a stab at it. Oh, I roll a 2. But I do get 2 attacks each turn,
Yes,
as
you
chat
do.
preemptively reminded me this week.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah, thanks for that. So my
Second
second
attack.
attack is really good, and that's going to be a 21.
Yes.
And are these, do I have special effects on these? Are they fiends or undead? Probably not, right?
They are not. So you don't get your extra dice damage, but you do have a magical weapon, so you bypass its damage immunities.
Sweet. Okay, so my damage is going to be D8 plus 4. Where's my D8? Sorry. There it is. 8.
Excellent. All right, it is still standing despite the withering blows that you have dealt to it. Next up is Murderbot, who is standing next to Poulton, who will shoot a dart out at the one werewolf that wasn't blown back. He hits the werewolf, but the dart bounces off, essentially not penetrating the werewolf's supernatural hide.
Dang it.
Need a magical murder bot.
Yeah, the darts only kill kids. Sorry.
Oh, weird.
Like,
The werewolf snarls, and Murderbot's just like,
I just look at him like, it's okay. You done good, bot.
Zulika will go after the werewolf that everybody else is attacking inside, and she hits it once with her silvered short sword, wounding it some more, and it is still standing.
Wow.
But very, very, very hurt. And at this point, 2 more werewolves in hybrid form jump in through the hole in the roof.
So many. I should have asked how many there was going to be.
Are either one of them Franz?
No.
Okay.
Chat has named my werewolf greater dog, Diaz Uncanny Doge, and Paulton's subwoofer.
Ah,
I'm still in human form.
Oh,
All
let's
right.
break it down.
Strix, what would you like to do?
All right. So I'm going to regret everything in my life, and I'm going to dimension door onto the roof.
Okay.
Hmm?
Bamf, you appear on the roof. I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Great. That's
oh no.
to do.
Oh.
What?
This is fine.
Slide.
12.
All right. You slip off the roof and land in the snow that's basically piled up against the building wall.
I'm fine.
So you see
Just
her sort
legs
of
sticking
briefly on
out.
the roof, and then whoop, she's gone.
I forgot
Great.
that it was shaped like a triangle.
And it's also kind of icy and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, you land in this big snowbank and don't take any damage, Strix.
Oh, that's good.
Now, that was technically only an action for you. You still have movement.
Great. Can I see anything around me?
When you sort of pop up out of the snowbank, just make a perception check.
Bury yourself under snow so they
Oh, I
can
rolled a 20! Yay!
Outstanding.
Now.
Yeah. We always get on perception checks.
Strix, you can see that there are 4 werewolves very close to you. They probably saw you fall off the roof.
There's also this all black, dirty thing trying to hide it in a bunch of white snow.
Yes, there is also a 5th werewolf that is kind of circling around toward the front door, and this one is unusual because there is sort of black shadows kind of playing all around him, almost like a smoke.
Cool.
No.
Great. So I do see them and they see me. I can still yell something, right?
You sure can.
Right. I'm going to try and intimidate these creatures. And I'm going to hold up the sun sword.
You've already wasted your 20. Don't do it.
I'm going to hold up the sun sword in my arm, just hold it up in front of them and say, my name is Strix, the Dragon Keeper, and I summon the dragons to take down this evil and send it back to that gross, nasty hovel that it comes from, known as Barovia, whose owner totally sucks.
Got him.
Everybody inside the lodge just sort of stops for a moment and kind of listens to the speech.
Even Murderbot.
Even Murderbot.
I'm going to use my thaumaturgy to make it super loud, too, like crazy loud.
Okay.
Dragon actually
Loud as
shows
I
up.
can.
And then all the rest of the snow pours off the roof and lands on it.
Falls on top of her. Yeah, exactly. Except for the sword. Just her arm and the sword sticking out.
Changes nothing.
All right. If you want to make an intimidation check, I'll let you.
I do. They're like, good luck. So I have +5 to intimidation.
Great.
So
You're gonna need it.
I got 17.
Okay.
I'm also
Um,
yelling at the dragon. Hopefully there's a dragon around. It's shiny. The sword is
Breach.
shiny.
You have made a lot of noise. There's no doubt about that. Okay. After Strix goes, Emil, you're up.
Did that noise by any chance wake up the owlbear? Just out of curiosity.
It did not.
Okay.
You
God.
sleepy bear.
Is it dead?
I'm gonna try and finish off the
It's
one
run
that's
away.
then my first action would be to try and finish off the one in front of me. Just take it out.
Sure. Absolutely.
Oh, that's gonna work. That'd be a 23,
Oh, yes.
and that would be 11.
Okay. That kills it.
Woo.
So that one drops. You know that there are 2 others that you could attack. So you could move and use your second attack on.
Is whichever one is nearest to either. If there's one near my wife,
Yes.
that one first, and the other. Okay, then I'll go right for that one,
Okay.
and that'd be a 17.
Yep.
And that would be 5.
So you deal that one a bit of a wound, and then the werewolves. There are now 2 in the room. You can see that they're kind of sniffing around the room, trying to discern which prey they can actually threaten. And it's pretty much nobody except the dwarf.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
So they are going to provoke attacks of opportunity from Diath, Zulika, Emil, and you, Evelyn.
nice.
So you can all make melee attacks against these 2 werewolves as they try to leap and bound around you to get at the dwarf.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh.
+7.
Okay.
14.
That hits. Yeah.
He takes 10 from me,
Okay.
What?
or she. I
What
guess
I add for
he or
crit?
she.
So, on your crit, you're going to do
I don't often crit, Chris Perkins.
right. Yeah. And I've actually tried different crit rules over the course of the campaign, so it's probably even more confusing. In
I
hindsight.
think I changed mine per game, basically.
Yeah. So, let's see, which rule will we use today? Okay. So, let's just take all the dice all the attacks damage dice that you would normally roll that twice.
Okay.
And then add any bonuses you get on top of that. So, for instance, your weapon does what? And you're wielding it
1d8 plus 4.
Are you using it two-handed or one-handed?
Right now I'm using it one-handed because I didn't say I was using it two-handed.
So essentially you would do, instead of a d8, you do 2d8
Okay.
plus 4.
So that is 11.
Okay.
I got 16.
Yep, hit.
Important question.
Yep.
When I did this attack of opportunity, was there an ally within 5 feet?
Yes.
And would I be able to sneak attack, or is that a once per turn thing? I don't remember.
Let me just double check that. Bum, 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 bum.
This drastically changes my damage.
Yeah, I know. So it's once per turn. So this is technically on this creature's turn. So yes, you can.
Ah! Like spilling all my dice everywhere. That's 2 more ones.
Oh no, you kidding
Nice.
me?
8.
Wow.
Okay, then.
46 plus 4.
All right. And
Backstab
Zalika
him in
will
the
attack
hand.
once as well, and she hits hers as well. These 2 wounded werewolves will sort of jump on Zog, who's sort of standing on his stilts.
Did you actually just
Camilla.
roll 4 ones, Jared?
Yeah, I did, Anna.
All right.
Did I transfer my horrible luck to you this season?
Oh.
Sorry about it. Hashtag sorry, not
You
sorry.
see them just sort of take the dwarf down off his stilts, and they're just sort of on top of him, tearing at him with their teeth and claws while he is kicking, trying to kick with his stilts, with his dwarven fists, while back into the hearth of the fireplace.
Wow. And there's a fire going?
No, the fire is kind of petering out.
Okay.
So
Well, there's that.
he's
We
not in
kind of need
danger.
that guy.
Yeah, not in danger of just being lit up. So that happened. DF.
Right. All right. So since they're kind of like chasing after him,
Yeah, they are engaged with an ally.
great. So I kind of do like a sidestep and jump up into the air and almost like pirouette and come down with like, the sword into the back of whatever one has been previously injured.
Yep.
That's 21.
Yep.
So this is this turn's sneak attack. Much better. 6, 12, 15, 18.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, that one is looking quite hurt now.
Yes.
All right. The werewolves outside just sort of pounce on Strix, undeterred by the shimmering sword, and actually feeling somewhat threatened by it. They try to take her down as quickly as possible.
They assess the threat.
They assess the threat.
We got
and
mage armor. It's fine.
they outnumber you. All right. So the first one, what's your armor class currently with the mage armor up?
It is 14, I believe.
Okay. The first one hits you with its bite, and it does 8 points of damage.
Still okay.
And then it hits you with its claws for 7 points of
I'm
damage.
still fine.
She's
She's
outside and I'm inside, right?
Right.
Okay.
The second one will hit you with its bite and do 5 points of damage. And it hits you with its claws, also for 5 points of damage. The third one
I'm doing a lot of math. Give me a second.
misses. Third one misses with its bite
Oh, good.
and misses with its claws. The fourth one misses with its bite and hits with its claws for 8.
Okay.
Oof.
Still okay.
All right. So you hear sort of chomping and tearing noises outside.
Oh, still all right.
They've each got a limb and are just pulling her in different directions.
Pretty much. And Poulton, you're up. You're standing in the doorway. There are. I forgot the werewolves that you blasted. I guess technically they can get back on their feet and try to attack you. One of them will come running up to you miss you with its miss you with its bite, and miss you with its claw. So there is a werewolf standing right in front of you, Poulton, when your turn comes up.
Okay. I'm gonna. Do I know who is going right after me that can actually hit them?
You know that going right after you in the initiative order will be Evelyn.
Okay. Let me see. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
So yeah, D8 within 60 feet.
Okay, so Evelyn, you have a D8 on your next roll.
Hey, thanks.
Use it.
All right.
On my next
Mess
attack
'em up.
roll?
Whatever roll you want to use it on.
Yeah, whatever roll. Could be on a saving throw, could be on anything. Probably an attack roll. All right. Poulton, you see this hybrid werewolf with all these sort of weird, shadowy, smoky, ephemeral wisps around it come into your view. And it will sort of level its malevolent gaze at you. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
No.
Oh, that's not good. All right. 9.
Okay. You suddenly find your will bent to its desires. And it says to you telepathically, bring me the Vistani doll.
Can do.
All right, and you feel compelled to do so.
No.
There was no real sound exchange there, so the rest of you don't quite know what's going on. And it is Evelyn's turn.
I guess since I don't actually know what just transpired with Poulton,
Correct.
I run out to try to help Strix.
Okay, the quickest way for you to get out there is to fly up through the hole in the ceiling.
Totes.
All right. As soon as you jet up there and look around, you can see, right up against the lodge are 4 werewolves pulling on something in a snowbank.
A single arm holding a globe.
A single arm holding up the
Like, I have the power!
I kind of like shake my head and just like full speed, two-handed light fall down at whichever, of the 4 is closest to Strix, I guess.
Okay.
And I attack, which is a 21.
Hit.
And that's two-handed, so it's going to be D10 this time, which is, 6. And then I get to swing again,
Okay.
which is a 20.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be 8 damage.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so one of them is wounded. And then we come to Murderbot, who will just stay by Poulton's side for the time being. And then we go to Zalika, who will attack one of the inside ones twice. And she'll be hitting twice. And so that one is now looking quite hurt. So the 2 that are attacking the dwarf are both quite bloodied at this point. And Strix. You're being still alive and accosted by these 4 werewolves. You do see Evelyn fluttering above you, attacking one madly with an axe.
All right, so I have one reaction, which is my hellish rebuke.
Oh, yes.
Which is 60 feet around me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I assume that as they're mauling me, I'm just like, ah!
Okay, so you would have used that on the turn that they attacked you, and that's fine. We'll just back up a little bit.
That was... I didn't want to interrupt, so I just...
Right. Yes.
How polite.
Basically, you point your finger, and one of the creatures that damaged you is basically engulfed in hellish flames.
Get wrecked.
So it tries to make a dexterity saving throw. It fails horribly. So you are going to do, assuming you cast the spell at lowest level, at 2d10 damage.
Yeah. So I rolled 16.
Okay, it takes all of that.
Sweet. All right, so did my part. And I'm just gonna cloud. I can't handle getting torn up anymore, and I can't let them take the doll, so I'm just gonna panic and turn into a cloud.
Okay. So that is for you, just basically an action. So you become cloud-like. Now you do know that in cloud form, you move at a flying speed of 10 feet. You have resistance to non-magical damage, so you're not immune to their attacks. What would you
Right.
like to do? Because if you move away from them, you will provoke.
Oh no! I go. Oh. Well, there's snow surrounding me, right?
There is, but you can't really pass through that unless there's an opening. But there is like a small. Your back is basically up against the wall of the lodge, and you do see small holes in the between the boards.
All right. Or I could just stay behind Evelyn.
Well, you'd have to move.
Oh, okay.
And again,
Can I just like disappear back into the room, like through the cracks?
I will. Let's see. You're still technically moving away from them. I will let them make opportunity attacks on you if you do.
All right. Well, I guess I will. I'll just stay there then.
Okay.
Maybe they'll get confused.
Yeah, maybe they'll get confused. Maybe
Maybe
they'll
when you became a cloud, they immediately face planted into the snow.
Or they just all pulled back at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hope for the best and hope
Okay.
that they don't know that I'm a cloud and
Great.
maybe they're dumb. I don't know.
Not so dumb.
They'd be like, "We did it! We killed her!"
Right.
Yeah.
She's been
Emil,
reduced to ashes. Oh,
Emil, there are 2 werewolves in the lodge with you, both quite hurt now.
I'm only concerned about my wife and Poulton, frankly, because I owe him a debt and I love her.
Right.
Do I notice Poulton has left?
Poulton hasn't done anything yet.
Okay, then I'm going to continue to fight by her side
Okay.
and try and take these out.
All right, go ahead.
First one's a 17, and that is 8 points of damage.
Okay.
All right, and then I will go two-handed on the creature again in just an attempt to kill one of them.
Sounds good.
16,
Hit.
and that's going to be nice. 14 points of
All right,
damage.
you kill your second werewolf.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you, I guess. Good at killing my own kind.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, very good. And then the werewolves, the werewolf that was threatening you before, Poulton, just sort of backs away.
Cool.
And the 2 that are attacking the dwarf just start tearing into Zog, but Zog is still conscious at the end of their rip fest. And then, but he is bitten at least twice, so you don't know what that means for his future as a werewolf. Next
Might
up
get your legs
is,
back after all.
let's see. Next up is Diath.
All right, so there's still one more on Zog.
That's correct.
Okay. I think that's the one I stabbed earlier.
Yep.
So then it's just pulling the sword out. It's doing like a backspin slash into some important organs of his for 23.
23 is a hit.
I would hope so. Oops. And better numbers. Mostly better. Okay. For 10.
Okay, he's dead.
Good. Ha!
You murder him. Okay, so all the werewolves in the lodge are presently dead. Evelyn left the lodge, so right now the only people in the lodge are Diath, Zog, Neil, Zulika, and Poulton.
And I still know that Strix is outside, yeah?
Yeah, you suspect as much, although she's fallen silent.
Oh, so there's no windows or anything on that side?
There are no windows in the building whatsoever.
Oh, that sucks. All right, so I'll
and
come
then-
into action to dash and get out to the front door to make my way to Strix as fast as possible.
Okay. Poulton, you're in the doorway. Do you want to let Diath pass? No, you don't. Diath, you find yourself blocked. Like, Poulton is actually blocking you from moving through the space of the door.
Move?
Nah, fam.
He doesn't.
Poulton, move.
Still nah, fam.
Try to like force myself around him.
Poulton, would you like to take an opportunity attack? Why, yes, you would.
All right.
So you gave away, you loaned your sword out, but you're not weaponless.
Mm-hmm.
And also, would you like Murderbot to take an opportunity attack?
What? He's not commanding Murderbot. Murderbot
is.
wouldn't know.
He's his friend.
Yeah, but Murderbot, we're his friends too, and we
Hang
didn't
on.
know.
First things first, Poulton.
Yes.
Make your opportunity attack.
Okay. It's a D20, right?
Yep.
Oh, do I add anything to that?
Just your attack bonus, whatever it is for your weapon.
Oh, okay. Oh, what am I using? I guess
so you have another weapon, I believe. You have a rapier.
Right.
So you would be using that.
Okay.
And it's a D8 plus 3. Sorry, it's you're plus 5 to hit. So add 5 to your roll.
Okay, so that would be a 15 plus 5.
20.
Okay.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay, so you're going to take half damage, DF.
Okay.
So your damage with this weapon is only a D8 plus 3.
We
Okay.
need an uncanny dodge emote.
Okay, so that's an 8 plus a 3.
So you end up taking 5 points of damage, DF, as Poulton skewers you with his rapier.
Also, I'd like to mention this is the first time I've actually hit someone. I'm glad we could have this moment.
Okay.
What the hell, Poulton?
Can't let you do that, Star Fox.
Yes. Murderbot is somewhat confused by this, but basically, since he's Poulton's friend at the moment, is
I thought he was all of our friend.
he is. He's very, very confused at the moment.
Yeah.
So he kind of looks. He looks at you, Poulton,
Yeah.
and Poulton, you have a sudden desire to tell Murderbot to not let Diaf leave the lodge.
I tell him, fuck him up, fam.
All right. Diaf, Murderbot opens its mouth, and a dart flies out at you. All right. What is your armor class?
It's like 32.
Okay.
It's 16.
Okay. You are hit in the buttocks with a Murderbot dart.
Does it pierce my werewolf skin?
It does not.
Ha! Murderbot doesn't get it.
Yeah. It
I
bounces.
act hurt anyway.
It bounces off your werewolf hide. But yes, Murderbot did try to shoot you at
I
Poulton.
act hurt.
All right.
Because now I've got grounds to kill you.
Okay.
Is Murderbot alive?
There's
That's
no
the
sense
question
that
we
it's.
all ask ourselves.
You're not sure.
Are any of us?
All right. So that was all on your turn, DF, as you were thwarted. But DF, you do catch a glimpse of a weird-looking werewolf with the sort of shadows clinging to it.
Shadows, I'd say, look kind of familiar.
Mm,
Or vaguely like other moving shadows I've seen before.
yeah, vaguely.
Upon, say, I don't know, good friend and ally in front of me who just stabbed me.
Oh, I almost forgot. Thank you for reminding me. DF, whilst you are attempting to get past Poulton, his shadow attacks you.
Come on!
Oh.
That's not my fault. I just want to put that out there.
Everything is terrible.
Everything is terrible.
Everything is fine.
Well, nothing good ever happens after the DM says, "Thank you for reminding me."
Very true.
All right. So the shadow reaches out for you, DF, and by some miracle, you catch a glimpse of it and avoid it as it almost attempts to throttle you with its shadowy hands.
Choked to death by the shadow of your friend.
Mhm.
That's a bad way to go.
That is
Kind of awesome.
It is awesome.
None of
Right.
us
But
None of us are
Werewolves
surprised.
outside. One of them will turn reflexively on you, Evelyn, and attack, but it doesn't get through your armor.
ha!
The other three attempt to go after Strix.
Chat says that Poulton's shadow died. We killed it.
That's what I thought too. Did he have no shadow?
Yeah, I seem to remember that too.
He came back, fam.
Not only because it's convenient.
Let me double check something.
You just saw it regrow,
Didn't want to.
leap
Right.
out from him.
Didn't want to be left from his fam.
It's fine. It missed.
No, it's fine.
I got this.
No, his shadow is fine.
Well,
Uh,
there you go,
so-
chat.
The where was I? Sorry.
Killing me.
3 werewolves on Strix.
Thank you. Strix, you're going to take half damage. So you take 4 from a bite.
Cool.
You're going to take 2 from another bite.
But also she gets because I'm right next to her, I impose disadvantage on the attack rolls.
Oh, okay. Let me re-roll those.
Oh wait,
Chat-
but I said I was attacking with 2 hands, so I'm technically
Yes.
not wielding my shield, am I?
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
hold
Strix.
Okay. And so you took 4 and 2, and from the third one, you're going to take a total of another 4.
All right.
Sorry about it.
All right. Still
You're
here.
Still good.
Still up. I'm
Um,
not up there. Not up great, but I'm
All right.
still here.
And then it's Poulton's turn. So Poulton, you know, last you saw the puppet was in Strix's possession, so your instinct is to go after her. And you know that she's outside.
I will go to the outside.
Okay, you see ghostly Strix being attacked by a number of werewolves. You feel, you might be able to help.
Is she a cloud?
She is a cloud.
I'm going to punch the cloud.
Okay.
Hiya.
Make an attack roll.
Okay.
So it's a d20 roll, and it's +2. Sorry, +5 to the roll.
6. Oh wait, +5.
Yeah.
Oh, 10.
Okay. You do not succeed in punching the cloud.
Bummer.
All right.
Thank God. I was really afraid you're going to be the one to just knock Strix out. And then her half gas form, she just like reforms and her head is stuck in the wall.
Just Gmods in there.
Yeah.
Evelyn, what would you like to do?
I am too conflicted about Poulton, so I focus on the other werewolves.
He sort of kind of threw himself into the fray and just started like flailing
I
the cloud.
I just am like too confused by that, so my brain's like, deal with that later. Go for the werewolves.
Okay.
But I go back to one-handed
Okay.
and I attack, which is a 20.
Yep.
And where's my D8? Hello? Oh, there it is. 11. And I take another swing.
Yep.
Is that werewolf still kicking?
It is still kicking.
I get a 23.
Yep.
And hit it for 6.
That werewolf is no longer kicking.
Yay!
Stop kicking and lay down.
Okay.
Oh, Chris, real quick, as the
Yeah.
chat so kindly pointed out, I can't add. It was actually an 11, not a 10. Does that make a difference?
No.
Okay.
Strix is on the front side of that.
Same
Okay.
team, Nate. Same team.
Just saying. That's a lot of people yelling at me that my math is not good. So, I mean,
They are very persistent, aren't they?
they are.
But
Yep.
they've gotten me to remember that I have 2 attacks every turn this week, so it's good.
All right. Strix, you see Poulton's shadow form
Oh, come on.
and reach out toward you in your gaseous state.
But
Well,
she's
that's
got the
cool.
aura of protection, or
Which,
yeah,
yes,
protection,
is
fighting
still
style.
very cool.
So it's got to roll twice, and because of Evelyn, blocks the shadow from getting its dark
Ugh,
negative energy mitts on you.
no, not that again.
The light
All right.
blocked the shadow.
That's
That's
right.
perfect.
Perfect light drives out
Exactly.
all
Don't
shadows.
encourage her with this.
All right. Strix, a dart flies through your form. It does 2 points of damage, which is
Even with
reduced to
disadvantage?
1 point of damage.
Okay.
You take 1
All right.
from
Still there.
a Murderbot dart.
My cloud will just stick up a finger.
Takes out like a few particles of your cloud.
All right. And then we get to the top of the initiative order. Strix, what would you like to do?
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Right.
Can I see inside at all through the little cracks of the?
Just a little bit, yeah.
All right. Enough to Misty step inside?
Yes.
All right. I'm
You can
going to
also
Misty.
just, at this point in time, you can just disengage
Okay.
in gaseous form, not provoke an opportunity, and just move inside.
Okay. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to get as close to the owl bear as humanly possible.
All right. So Strix comes into the lodge. Let's see. Is there anybody still in the lodge? That would just be.
I was at the doorway.
So Emil, you see this ghostly tiefling come in and begin to sort of hover around the owlbear,
That's a bad idea. Okay.
kind of clutching a ghostly doll.
Right.
And then
I know what
those-
that doll is, right? I know that that's what they're here for.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You strongly suspect, because it looks like a little vampire doll.
Gotcha.
So Diath, you're in the doorway. You would also see Strix.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad she's.
And she looks obviously quite panicked. Evelyn and Poulton, you are outside. 3 silver arrows streak across the snow, strike and kill an unwounded werewolf.
Oh.
Sneak attack.
I don't want that because I'm a werewolf.
Yeah. And Evelyn and Poulton, as you sort of turn and look to see where those silver streaks came from, you see kind of on top of a bank of snow, about 60 feet away from you, is a dark figure in a kind of tattered green cloak. And this figure has black skin and long white hair and looks elven.
Holly's face.
And you see 2 scimitars hanging at his side.
Oh. Oh.
And that's where we'll stop.
Oh man. No.
Oh, I'm fangirling behind the owl.
Wow. You better wake that damn owl up quick.
So, question for you, Aram. Do you think you'll be able to join us next week?
Absolutely.
Splendid.
More than happy to. I didn't
so-
die. Hey.
No, you did not die.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
And things
Yes.
are looking up.
Yeah.
All right, so we will be back next week. I'm headed to PAX South this weekend and that's in San Antonio. And I hope to see some of you there. Does anybody else have anything to say before Anna runs off to her game and the other game, one of her many other games?
I'll be at the Ether Revolt Grand Prix in San Jose this weekend. Just playing. If you want to see me and say hi, you can do that.
Jared's been brushing up on his Magic game.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Made some new standard decks. My own crafted ones I'm proud of.
Cool.
I am on a new show that I really enjoy called The Dungeon Rats, and it is a progressive game where we're all trapped inside an endless magical dungeon, and the audience provides all the ideas for rooms and monsters and encounters in order to keep us trapped inside this endless magical dungeon, because we're the bad guys and we've been imprisoned there, and if they don't keep these ideas fed, then we'll get out. It's a great show.
Cool.
It's all
Cool.
bits and
Outstanding.
actors and
What channel is it on?
it's a podcast. So
Oh,
yeah, all the shows I do are pre-recorded, highly edited. This is
Cool.
a little outside of my normal.
I have a separate announcement from my next show, which is that this coming Saturday and the Saturday after that, I'm doing a 2-part mini adventure with Curtis Weeby, the creator of Rat Queens. where he's actually letting us play the Rat Queens themselves in a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons adventure. So I'm
That's
super
cool.
stoked, and I get to play Violet and be the tank as usual, and I'm really hoping he lets me have a beard.
Oh, that's spectacular. I can't